Okay, I think it's good. All right, 35. 35?
Yeah.
All right.
Hello.
Hello.
Say hello, Rachel.
Oh, hello.
We have a third co-host.
Rachel, do you need to go closer to the microphone?
She needs to project.
Oh,
Maybe
no,
she should be
is
sitting where
this-
I'm sitting because she
Is this
doesn't
gonna
project
happen
as
again?
much.
I'm gonna like swivel in a chair and be away.
No. It'll
No,
be
I think it'll
fine.
be okay.
I think that Ryan's microphone is a little heavier than mine anyway, so.
Yeah. Just speak into the microphone. You'll be good.
Anyway, Rachel's with us.
Yeah, I mean, that's not my second, like, in my head personality or something.
I have a better name than that.
Rachel, tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your favorite color?
I don't know if I have one as an adult. All the colors.
The rainbow.
What was it as a kid?
Red or pink.
I feel like
Those are
it's still
two different
red.
colors.
Yeah. It's
Red?
still red. Red.
Red.
Red.
Red's a solid color.
Yeah.
All right, second question.
Wait, for anybody who doesn't know, Rachel's Ryan's wife. Second question. Rachel, what is your favorite animal? It
Cat.
cannot be a cat. Nope.
Dang it.
Other than cat.
I love cats. What about a cat variety that's not domesticated?
Fine.
Like an ocelot or something, or a cheetah?
Cheetah.
A fox?
The cheetah. You know what I was thinking today was that camels really just are lost in the world of animals. Like, camels are fucking cool.
They are
And
cool.
And like, also, are there like camel people? You know how there's like horse people? Are there like camel people?
I'm sure they're
I don't.
in like
Camel
Egypt
people?
area where they, ride them more.
Yeah, where they're like obsessed with camels, like people are obsessed with horses, you know?
I don't know. They're probably like taken for granted, like their transportation for those people that are used to
They're
them.
not quite as majestic.
They're probably not like seen as like sacred or like
I
people
don't
get
know.
crazy about
I
horses.
think
But
that
maybe.
camels are the shit, personally.
Speaking of camels, randomly on my Instagram, there was a lady performing a burlesque as camel.
Oh.
She was a camel?
She was a camel. It was really funny.
So she was like on all fours and she had like a
Yeah, she had like
camel
the
thing on her back.
Humps?
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How do you perform as a camel? What is that?
She moved her butt a lot.
Was her butt one of the humps or was...
No, it was behind.
How did the long neck work though?
It was just her face.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. Anyway,
How was your day today, Rachel?
yeah, how was your day?
It's good. Worked at a shop.
Yeah, what do you do at the shop?
Depends on the day, but I mostly try to get stuff back on the sales floor.
What does that mean? What shop do you work at?
Oh, I work at a boutique for clothing and home decor for my friends.
What's it called?
Codeco.
We've chatted with Kelty on the podcast before.
Yep.
We have.
I can't remember what episode, but it was back in the mid hundreds probably, or mid like 50s or something, like halfway through the first 100 episodes or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I work at a shop. We're supposed to be opening a second location. I'll be managing, but there was a catastrophe of water on the opening day, so I had to stand still.
Yeah, like the morning of they were supposed to open, and there was a lot of water damage on the third floor of the building, and they're on the first floor. So, yeah, right before the Black Friday shopping.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
So it was like prime, wrong place, wrong time.
I feel like you always need to have some sort of catastrophe before an opening of a store.
Yeah.
I talked to Kelty that weekend, and I was like, would you rather it happen right before you're supposed to open or like a week or two after you've already opened, where people start to see it? But she's kind of like, I kind of need the sales from the first, like that's a prime time, right? So
Yeah.
She would have gotten rid of some of the stock. We're trying to figure out ways to get rid of the stock because if the projections go the way they are, it could be 6 to 9 weeks, and that would be at the end of winter. So none of her stuff would be relevant at that point.
she
6
mostly
to 9
buys
weeks
and sells. So
Potentially.
to fix it?
Yeah, because they have to rip out walls. They already ripped out the floors.
a bunch of water that leaked from the third floor, so it like seeped in through walls and it damaged more than just their space. It damaged neighboring
It's 5
spaces.
different units.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Did she do a lot of construction to the space?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just hanging shelving and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that was besides like putting furniture in the space and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good at least.
Yeah.
And not much damage to product, I don't think.
Not
so.
on her end, but the vintage shop got pretty soaked. The landlord today said that they were able to dry some of it out. It wasn't like gross water damage,
Yeah.
It was savable.
Oof.
Yeah, it sucks.
I wonder if since they were supposed to be open that day, like if insurance would cover that or not.
So insurance from the landlord will cover the cost of the building repairs, and anything damaged product-wise would have to be through Kelty's insurance. Which
Right.
she has.
I know, but I wonder if the insurance would cover the loss of sales.
Oh. I don't know.
That's a good idea for people to think about if they own a brick and mortar and something like this happens.
Yeah, I'll have to bring it up
figure
with
that kind of
Kelty.
stuff out.
Yeah.
Or bring it up. Maybe it's not. I didn't really think about that, but
I mean, I don't know, but
well, yeah, and she paid for the items. It's like, she knows exactly what she paid for the product, so she knows the value of the items lost.
Yeah. Huh.
But
Fun,
the
fun.
potential sales for not being open as well. Like, what do you do about that?
Yeah.
And how do you estimate that when you've never opened it before?
That's true. Yeah, it's not like you have a year of sales under your belt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I was spitballing some ideas with Rachel about, like, because I'm sure other people get in a situation where shit hits the fan and you got to figure things out. So either cash flow or getting rid of stock. Because you and I talk about that all the time of like people wanting to get rid of stock at the end of the year, and what do you do with it? Especially through the winter.
Mystery boxes, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a little more of a interesting time constraint because Kelty's pregnant and due in a month.
Yeah.
Less than a month this month.
Perfect storm.
Yeah.
Perfect storm. Well, how was your day, Ryan?
I was distracted from work because I was doing a lot of phone call stuff for Clay Alliance duties, and we had a meeting today. So Clay Alliance was pretty hefty today.
Yeah.
We're getting to that time of year where we're kind of finishing out the year, but we got to figure out filling board positions, which is always feeling like pulling teeth every year.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I unnecessarily take on stress from that.
I can't imagine.
I shouldn't feel when I shouldn't personally feel like it's my stress to burden. It should be a collective stress or a collective weight, I guess, for the whole board. So
you taking on too much? No.
That way. Yeah, so we'll talk about a question later about that. But yeah, that was most of the day. I got a kiln firing in the background, and I had a glazed kiln finish last night with my new advancers. I put the new half shelves in there.
Ooh, fancy pantsy.
So we'll see how that goes. The firing was shorter, so I don't know if it was because of the advancers. I felt like I put more shelves in than I normally do, so I wonder if the advancers had any impact on firing time because it's less mass being heated up or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll see. Huh. So I'm excited to see how that turns out. But that's pretty much it for today. And we just talked a couple days ago, so nothing else really new happening. I want to get some time in the studio, so I'm looking forward to getting past a little hump here and getting some more throwing time. I feel like I've neglected that, but I haven't really had time to do that. So
Yeah.
Getting past that camel hump, right?
Getting over the camel hump. But I've been shipping
Yeah.
a lot of orders, so obviously that's good too to get stuff out for the season.
Yeah, for sure. So here's something that we kind of talked about after we recorded last week, is that I have to get my registration for my van, and it's
Mhm.
up at on the 3rd of December. So and then this morning I was talking to my friend Brandon, who lives down in Memphis, and he was like, "Oh yeah, my registration was like really cheap," and I was like,
Did he get a new vehicle?
He has a new vehicle, but he moved to Memphis, to Tennessee.
Oh,
So that was his Tennessee cost. And I was like, ooh, and Tennessee also doesn't have any income tax. And I was like, maybe I should just make their house my permanent address. And
I was wondering what you do about that, because you don't have a permanent address anymore. You have a studio, but I'm sure you can't file a lot of that stuff in the studio, right?
No, I have to ship it. I have to like move it to something permanent.
Yeah.
So it was pretty much always going to be their house anyway, but then I was like just going to mail stuff to them and get a PO box. But I think I might just do an actual permanent address there and try to get, I'm still trying to decide if it would be worth it for me to get a Tennessee driver's license and Tennessee like registration. Because it's $1,000 for a registration for my car.
Would it be the same in Tennessee?
No, it would be like 40, I think.
Okay.
What?
I don't know how much it would be, but
Did you
it'd
ever
be a
figure
lot
out
less.
what those funds are like paying for?
No.
Yeah. That's weird.
I don't know. But like I was telling Ryan, in Washington State, it's all like $136. Like, doesn't matter. That's what you pay. And I kind of wish it was like that here.
Wow.
What was it here for years?
Mine was more, but I had to pay the sales tax on it because they couldn't collect sales tax in Ohio for me living in Kentucky. So I had to pay the sales tax. I ended up paying about $900 when I got it, but it was because I was paying the sales tax on $19,000. You know.
Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, that's my conundrum as of now. I'm like,
So
I don't know
Yeah.
what I should do. I don't know if I should just keep to Indiana and pay the $1,000. It certainly would be easier.
Well, I mean, you've got like 3 days. Can you do something in 3 days?
Well, I also have the old plates, so I could take the things off and nobody would know the difference. For like,
Unless they ran the plate and saw
it
that
would
it's
be
not
a-
associated with that car, right?
right, it would be a difference of like 2 weeks, or I could leave the temporary plates on. I think you have like a certain amount of time after that expires too.
I don't know. I wouldn't think you'd want to be driving across the country with not legal stuff. But
No, I'm
if it's
going
only 2
to-
weeks, I mean,
I'm
that's
going to
not-
Memphis over Christmas, so I would do it over Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then what do you need? You need to provide proof of living.
Yeah, so I would need mail
Mhm.
there. Or like a transfer of address kind of thing.
Interesting. Yeah, it's crazy how many how different the states are, but I mean, I guess that's part of incentive for people to move into certain states for things like that. Not that that's the entirety of why people move to states, but I'm sure it's a
Right.
factor for some people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway,
All right.
okay. What's our first question?
All right, we did a fun question to start. This is from Mudslinging Pottery. It says, "What game show would you want to be on if you had the chance?" Rachel?
I would never want to be on anything because that'd have to be recorded. But probably Family Feud.
That was my answer.
Yeah, that'd be funny. Your mom tried to get us on that, and we said no.
Oh my gosh.
She went an audition. It was in Louisville a couple years ago.
Yeah, they have like open calls for that kind of thing every now and then. I don't think the timing matched up or something. It was like weird
No,
hours.
I
It
mean,
was
I
like
was
between
never-
1 and 4 on this date, but you still had to apply and shit. Like,
Sorry, Deidre. I know you're listening. Would never be on it just because I don't like being filmed, but it would have been funny.
I feel like you have to be certain personalities to stand out so that they want you on there.
Oh yeah,
You can't
gotta
just be
enthusiastic.
I mean, they've had like 1,000 of those episodes, so they need something to keep people engaged.
Yeah.
All right, Becca. What about you?
Wheel of Fortune, hands down.
Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
You just want to spin that big wheel or what? Or you're
Okay,
just great
first
at
of
word
all,
games?
I am okay at word games, but I watched Wheel of Fortune like growing up. You know, I love Wheel of Fortune. My second one was Price is Right.
Price is Right.
That's what I was getting.
I feel like
confused
that's so like there's so much luck with that. I feel like at least Wheel of Fortune you have some skill that you can. But yeah, if you want to like
We're
quit your
not
job to
studying
study
anything.
prices.
Okay, what about what was that millionaire show? The not Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I'm not that smart. The one that was like Deal or No Deal. Oh my god, I would fucking
Fuck
love to be on
that.
Deal or No Deal.
You
Hell
would
yeah.
want to be?
Yes.
That
'Cause
is
you, like,
total luck.
It is yes, but also you could walk away with you're a lot luckier at walking away than one that requires brains.
Because it literally takes no effort and no planning ahead of
Right.
time to like be on there.
Exactly.
Is it still on today?
No, I don't think
Is it
so.
still a thing?
Mm.
Oh man. What would be like a stressful one to be on?
Minute to Win It.
Oh man. I was thinking like the Let's Make a Deal or something where it feels completely random and like out of left field of what options come up. Somebody with a red pen gets $100. First red pen or what, you know.
Yeah. No,
You
thank
gotta
you.
dress up and all that shit.
I liked that grocery cart game they had back.
Oh my
Ooh.
god. Oh my
Supermarket
god.
Sweep.
Supermarket Sweep. Oh.
That was
Hell
on
yeah.
Netflix.
Yeah, that's how I remember seeing it.
So dated.
Do you remember that one? I don't know if you ever saw the one when we were kids where it was like a kid one and it was like a obstacle course and it was like a Mayan temple. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like it was definitely an obstacle course. It was like physical.
Is that like a Nickelodeon one?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
Something
it was.
of the Forbidden Temple or something?
Mhm.
Yes.
Like purple team, red team, blue
Yeah.
team.
I don't remember that. I remember American Gladiators. I like that one.
Oh yes.
Oh my gosh, have you ever seen MXC?
Uh-uh.
Most Extreme Elimination Challenge?
Oh wait.
It's the one that's like it's like Asian cat. It's like over in China or something. And they're speaking in Chinese, but they dub over it. So it's like it's not actually made for MXC. It was some other game, and then they dubbed over it with like funny commentary.
That's fantastic.
And it's people basically wiping out.
What about
That's the show Wipeout.
Yeah, it's like Wipeout.
Yeah, except it's like in a field and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's really weird characters in
So
it.
it's the beginning of that show.
Yeah,
that
it's what
was
Wipeout got its
No one died. No,
inspiration
I'm
from.
saying
What
the
show?
one
You're talking about
show-
Squid Game?
Yeah, it's Squid Game without anyone dying.
I get Squid Game looked really clean though. MXC looked like they just put it up in a field randomly and like built it the day before.
And they were like, "Have at it, guys."
So good.
Yeah. I don't know if I could hack it being on a game show, honestly. I'd probably freak out.
It was like
I'd
that
be
1
like-
versus 100. That looked kind of fun too.
One
Do you remember
versus-
that?
No.
1 versus 100. I think you answer questions, and I don't know if it's like a true false kind of thing, but it's like a multiple choice or something.
Oh,
and
100 people.
People
Oh,
vote
yeah.
for what they think the answer is, and if you get it right, and then like you keep going, and other people that get it wrong fall off the map, so you're constantly challenging whoever's left.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's a number thing where you have to get on a range and you guess a number, and it's more of like a scale of answers or something, and people kind of vote for what they want, and then people fall off as they get it wrong.
Yeah.
Bob Saget used to host that.
Bob Saget.
R.I.P.
America's funniest home videos. What's our next question?
You want to read the next one?
This is Rachel is helping us with all
this
of the
question
questions.
for sure.
This question for sure. That's why she's here. Under protest. Becca said I should ask Ryan about places to eat while I'm at NCECA in Cincinnati. And I thought it could be a decent episode to talk about NCECA in general and then drop a bunch of recommendations about stuff or places to eat and drink in the area since you're both probably going. And Ryan knows the area as well. I think it would benefit a lot of listeners, but mainly me. Blacktooth Pottery, Andy. Yeah, we're probably not going to do a whole episode on NCECA, but...
At least not right now.
At least not right now.
But we'll talk about recommendations because we made a list and Rachel started writing a bunch.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Is there any like non-restaurants that you would recommend, like places to see that are worth it? I would say American Sign Museum is something cool to see that is not clay, and if you want to like get away from galleries and stuff, that's a cool place to go. That's unique to Cincinnati. Favorite. It's a bunch of like neon signs and kind of think of a bunch of different types of how they made signage back in the day all the way up to now. It's not just neon signs like Las Vegas neon, but it's a variety of what are the, not polyurethane, not porcelain. What's the different plastics that are?
I mean, it's all different materials because it's from the 1800s until now.
Yeah.
I wanted to get married there, but my mom went, no, out of town. Not happening.
Wow.
American Sign Museum.
As far as other non-food, I like to bring people to just walk around the Netherland Plaza Hotel. It's a Hilton. It's all Art Deco.
It's actually right by the convention center. So
yeah, it's really pretty. And you can just walk around. They have a restaurant, but it's pretty expensive. You can get drinks there.
They have live jazz music there.
Yeah. But I just like the people to walk around.
Yeah. And then obviously you should go to like Queen City Clay if you're in town. See that huge studio, Core Clay.
Finley Market is food/entertainment. You walk around. It's like a food market and shops and
good architecture.
Yeah, Ryan Geist is right there, which is the most famous brewery we have. But we have a lot of breweries.
Mm-hmm. What's that clay place that's super famous that's old?
Oh,
Rookwood Pottery.
Yeah, the restaurant closed.
Rookwood Pottery has a factory that's down in over the Rhine, which is right down in downtown. Mm-hmm. So I would suspect they're probably going to do some tours or something while clay folks are in town. So
yeah,
I just wish the restaurant was still open. You could. They had like tables inside of some of the old kilns, like the really big ones.
I don't think that was associated with Rookwood,
yes, it was.
Though, was it?
Yeah, it was the old Rookwood building.
Oh, that's
everyone
cool.
knew that. I don't think it was their restaurant.
Was it called the Rookwood?
Yeah, I think it was called the Rook. I don't know. It was a long time ago, but
yeah, they don't have that anymore. That was up in Mount Adams. Is there anything worth seeing in Mount Adams?
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of nice restaurants there, but
the overlooks are really nice there if you want to see the town or city skyline stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Cincinnati has a really beautiful skyline.
They do.
Yeah, especially if you're over on the Kentucky side, it looks very pretty.
Yeah.
So if you're coming in from the airport, if you're driving in, when you're coming, I think it's 7175.
Through Covington?
Through Covington, Fort Wright, those areas from the airport, you're going to see the skyline view. It's like right at the top of the hill. You're going to come around a bend and you're going to look and it's going to be a clear shot of downtown. It looks beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's the best view of the skyline in the city. Or tri-state, I guess.
Yeah, we have a ton of restaurant and bar recommendations, but it's not the complete list. I'll make one by zones.
Okay.
By areas.
By areas, because
Perfect.
there's just so many little towns all around Cincinnati, and it's easy to get to.
Do you want to what's a category to start with? Do you want to start with food?
Yeah.
Food right by the closer to the convention center area for people that don't have cars or are using the streetcar or something like that. By the way, there is a streetcar downtown that goes from the Banks, which is right by the river, all the way up to Findlay Market, which is what we recommended earlier. So
It's free
that's
still, right?
Yeah, it's free to ride, and that'll be good during the winter. It goes through
That's cool.
most of these really popular areas, like over the Rhine and the Banks, and all the way up toward Rhinegeist. So, I mean, that's probably a full mile stretch from Rhinegeist down to the river, maybe a mile and a half. So, obviously, you don't want to be walking that far. But if you can get on the streetcar for free and pick it up, you could probably pick it up within 3 or 4 blocks from the convention center. So,
Taste of Belgium is on the Banks. Condado, which is a chain, but it's good. It's tacos.
It's like tacos.
What else is in that area? Let's see. That's over by the park, right? No, that's OTR. Senate and the Eagle are by OTR.
Over the Rhine is OTR.
That's a lot of good restaurants right in that area.
Yeah, if you get to that area, you'll find a lot of restaurants. You'll find bars. There's great architecture. I'm just gonna keep saying the architecture, but if you care about I don't know, when is the focus of the architecture here? Do you know?
What's the focus of it?
Like, what's the time period of like what it would resemble?
We have a lot of Art Deco. We just have a lot of good Victorian urban buildings.
And they've really rejuvenated that area, so there's a lot of really nice looking like apartments and just homes that are right there. So
really converted you on this architecture stuff, haven't it?
Well, I feel like I have to mention it because I feel like that sets Cincinnati apart from other places that we visit that look kind of meh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. A good diner for like breakfast stuff, and it's cute. It's Sugar and Spice. It's very colorful.
That's kind of over the Rhine, right?
Yeah, OTR.
Goodfellas. What's a Rhine?
Goodfellas is in that.
What's that?
What's a Rhine?
Over the Rhine. I think it means over. I don't know. It's German. Over the hill. Over the. Let's look it up. It's a very big German community. Here.
Oh, okay.
We have the second biggest Oktoberfest in the world.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Depending on the year, like when they had stuff closed down for COVID in Germany, we were the biggest Oktoberfest.
Well, it's saying a river.
Oh, that's
a major European river carrying more traffic than any other river in the world flows into the North Sea.
Okay.
So it's basically saying a river, large stream of water.
Whoops.
Okay.
I don't know my German.
Oh, like yeah, okay.
Okay. Hey, we learned something new.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what else is in that area? We'll mention the bars here in a second. Let's say the bars that are in that area too.
So, like I was talking about, Findlay Market is food. Right next to it is Rhinegeist, which is a brewery.
That's a huge brewery. Maybe Becca, we'll do our little meetup thing. Maybe that would be a good spot to do that because it's a really open building. It's like a warehouse. And
that'd be cool.
They've got tons of space to spread out.
And you can bring your food in there from other places. There's like picnic tables inside.
Yeah. And they've got some ciders too. So I'm not really a beer drinker, but they've got ciders, which is good.
If you're a game person, 16-bit. It's a bunch of arcade games. That's a bar.
It's a barcade.
It's arcade. If you're into jazz and it's like a cave they made into a bar, it's called Ghost Baby. It's very glitzy. That's fun.
Ew.
We are tiki people, so I have to say tiki bang bang. It's fun, and that'll be March.
It's not really close, so you probably have to have a car, somebody with a car to go there.
It's Cincinnati, but yeah, you have to.
Or you'd have to Uber there. It's technically in Walnut Hills, which is actually it's a little outside of downtown, but it's probably 10 minutes from downtown or 5 minutes from downtown. It's not that far.
Gomez is right there, which is really good taco stuff. Like they have it's called Turtle. It's like What would you describe as from Taco Bell? Like it's like
an empanada.
It's like a
or
wrap,
something?
and then they put cheese and fry it, and then they wrap it again, like double layered. It's really good.
Okay.
And then there's also that barbecue place right there. So
Just queuing.
yeah,
That's right next to
the tiki part.
Tiki Bang Bang.
Is
it worth going to what was that jazz place? What was the karaoke place that's down there?
Oh, Tokyo Kitty.
Tokyo.
If you like
karaoke. There's gonna be some karaoke people for sure that'll go there.
Yeah, because it's like the individual room karaoke's, right?
Yeah, you can rent rooms. I mean,
it's like the Japanese karaoke. So yeah, you can rent rooms, and then they've got the little drink thing that comes down from the ceiling. We went to a part of a bachelorette get together there.
Mm-hmm.
Any other
it's not
bars there? Where's Somerset at?
Somerset, yeah, that's OTR. It's really cool. It's got multiple rooms, and it'll be a little bit warmer at that time of year, so the outdoor stuff might be. They have like a whole patio.
What is it? Kind of like a conservatory or something?
It like part of it is like a greenhouse that they made into a bar, so there's lots of plants hanging, and other parts like a cozy like fireplace area that's ritzy, and they have like poetry readings and small like music groups.
Poetry readings.
It's very artsy, like.
But it's pretty chill.
It's very popular. People love it here.
Okay.
The drinks are good, and they have a good non-alcoholic menu too for cocktails.
This Orchids place. The Orchids is the one inside Netherland Plaza Hotel, the bar jazz place you kind of mentioned earlier.
We have some decent jazz places here. We have like 3 or 4.
Yeah, I think Nostalgic is that one. 20s and that's kind of jazz. Not really. That was more cocktail bar.
That was their interpretation. As a historian, I'm like, that was loose. That was
not
loose.
Jazz. Not jazz.
That was loose.
You should definitely hit Grater's ice cream while you're in town.
Very delicious.
Raspberry chip.
Black raspberry chip all the way.
The rest of our recommendations are more in Northern Kentucky, but it's really close.
In Covington. So I'm sure a lot of people will stay in Covington because it's so close to downtown, and you probably will save a little money on your Airbnb or whatnot if you're there versus downtown Cincinnati, since all there are probably apartments in downtown Cincinnati to rent versus hotels. So
what's the German area of Covington?
Mainstrasse.
Mainstrasse is the cutest area. It's very historic. Lots of restaurants, bars, some shopping. That's where Frida is. That's one of our favorite.
It's
Mexican.
called Frida 602.
Yeah.
Is that where we went?
I think we've been before, but Ola is where we went. That is the best. We just went there this week.
God, it's so good.
Want a recommendation? A burrilla taco. They're fried tacos that you dip in au jus sauce. Fucking fantastic.
No, I had the carne asada fries. Oh. Yeah. Fuck.
Are they fries or
so
nachos?
Fucking good.
They're fries.
They were fries.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All good. Their margarita is really good. I had the passion fruit one again.
Yeah, it's a smaller place, so you probably don't want to go with a group of like 12 people, but
it's like picnic tables outside, small.
Yeah, but they've got like heated outdoor, so and you might need to wait a little bit potentially depending on what time you get there, but it's really good. I would say there and Frida are Frida's more like hipster Mexican kind of.
Yeah. I wouldn't say upscale. It's not like expensive, but
when we went to, it was Ola, right?
Yeah.
Ola, yeah.
When we went there, I seriously was like, I could live in Cincinnati.
Because of Ola?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. After we went, I was thinking about it over the next like week and a half, and after my show the last weekend, I was like, Rachel, we're going here for dinner.
Yeah. It was very good. Every time. Smoke Justice is good barbecue in Covington.
That one's right on the across from the banks. It's right on the river, on the Roebling Bridge. It's right across there.
If you want beer, Braxton in Covington, and hopefully our shop will be open by then, Codeco. So it'll be right down the street. So you should visit me.
Yay!
Yeah. Yay.
And there's a Braxton in Cincinnati too. I think in Over the Rhine. It's over there. They have another location over there too. So
How far is Over the Rhine from the convention center?
walking, it's probably 10 minutes.
Okay.
If you get the streetcar, it's probably 5 minutes. I mean,
Okay.
it's probably just as quick to walk as it is to wait for the streetcar.
Just as
to pick
quick
it
for
up and-
Ryan to walk or for Becca to
Yeah,
walk?
no. You gotta go with Rachel standards, not Ryan.
But it's
He's
not
alive.
10 minutes from the
Mm,
convention
you
center is
power
kind of
walk.
a
Yeah,
convention
Ryan's the
center's
fastest
kinda
walker on the
south.
planet.
Yeah, let's say 15, 20 and just be safe. A leisurely walk.
I mean, the convention center is right on the edge of downtown, like right by the interstate. So it is a bit of a walk to get right to the middle of Over the Rhine.
Yeah.
One more, Covington, the Standard. We go there for burgers. They converted a garage into a bar and restaurant, and there's like outdoor games. It's cool.
Sweet.
Okay, I'll make a big list though, and we'll share it on
Yeah.
the page.
On the Instagram.
Yeah, we'll figure out. I think the last time we were planning it, we were going to get together with Paul Blaze for a Potter's Cast meetup. I don't know if we're going to do that 2023, but we'll probably do a small casual meetup somewhere, maybe. And
No, we should. We should see how much people actually like us.
at a brewery. Well, we're going to do a meetup regardless. I'm just saying whether we collaborate with Paul or not, or if
No. We have to do it on our own.
on our own. Okay. Be like,
Yeah,
okay, we're
because-
doing this, Paul. I live here. This is my domain. You come into my place.
No, because if we go where Paul goes, then people are going to be there for Paul and not for us. And
I just don't want to go to like a small like Irish bar or some Irish pub that's tiny or something.
Go to Rango's.
yeah, we're going to go to the big brewery, but then we're going to see how loyal
Make them
you
travel
guys
to us.
actually are.
Take the streetcar, come to Rheingeist.
Sorry guys, I don't think I'll make it.
You're not gonna go?
I'm just kidding.
I feel like you have to go.
I'm
You
obligated.
might get a drink out of that.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we can use some Wheel Talk funds to pay for some drinks.
Not for you guys, for us.
Well, I meant for some people, but maybe not.
the most
Oh, like
loyal
they're gonna
fans.
pay for our drinks. Becca wants you to pay for our drinks.
No, I'm kidding.
I'm sure people will be buying shots or something for
Oh,
you. Like,
no.
No, I will be drinking water. I
I will not be
plan on-
drinking shots. Do not buy me shots. And
No, we do
shots.
not plan on getting drunk
No.
unless it's in Ryan's house.
Yeah. No meetup at Casa de RD Ceramics. That is
No.
not happening.
No.
You don't want to show up the house.
No.
Where are they gonna park?
On the street.
Where?
Up the street.
There's a lot of cars.
Uber. No.
What's your next question?
All
Oh.
right, that's it for NCECA, right?
That's it. Oh, am I supposed to do the next question?
No, I was just reading. I was just
Oh.
looking at the question. Okay, so it's kind of related to me, but okay, so this guy sent it to me. It says, "Hello, Ryan. I'm an avid listener. We'll talk and appreciate the podcast. My name is Adam, and I'm a pastor in Danville, in Illinois, not Indiana.
We're so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Illinois.
Continue.
Why? Because they live in Danville, Illinois.
No, because they're a pastor.
Oh. And they listen to us.
Yeah.
Already dropped one F-bomb, sorry.
I'm an intermediate potter with my own wheel and kiln. From the podcast, I gather that you have another job besides pottery. So here's my question. How do you manage your job and spending time in the studio and family? Thanks again, at Pastor Harmon.
Is this one I'm supposed to help with?
I
Yeah.
think so. Partially.
This
No.
is how we roped Rachel into this episode.
Partially, but
question.
also you were like NCECA stuff, Rachel.
That's true.
Say this so it's not just Ryan. All right. I didn't even really think about this before.
Your other job. What's your other job?
Okay, so
How
yes,
do you balance everything?
how do I balance everything? So I work from home. That helps. So
That's a rule for me. He's not allowed to have a studio outside of our home because I would never see him.
That's fair.
Yeah,
not a rule, but like
it's a rule.
I mean,
What are you talking about?
I wouldn't do that ever anyways because I wouldn't want to pay rent somewhere. So I would pretty much never do that. Almost guaranteed. Becca's like, Fuck you.
Fuck you. Sorry, Pastor Dan. Oh wait,
Pastor
Adam
from Danville.
Yeah, it's from Danville. You're not Dan, but I kind of want to call you Pastor Dan now.
Pastor Danville.
Pastor Danville. Pastor Adam. Pastor Harmon.
So I work from home 9 to 5. Pretty much set that as my boundary. I don't work later often, so and I don't have to commute and all that, which is good. But I don't know. I mean, I think we're pretty independent. You kind of have your own work schedule.
I think part of it has to do with your personalities. We are both introverts, so having time apart is fine.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need tons of time together. We have enough.
Yeah, I think, would you say you working as a flight attendant before kind of set the standard? Like, if you didn't do that and you had a different job where you weren't as taxed people-wise, would you feel the same way?
Yeah, that was the other thing is I'd have to have really have time to myself because I'd just be peopled out. Now it's like I still see people at my job, but it's not as
because
heavy,
so Rachel was a flight attendant for 7 years, 8 years, 7 years, and basically since we got married, was it like right after we got married, right? Yeah, so I don't know if we like set that when we were dating and before we got married, we didn't live together until we got married, so
when we were dating and engaged, we set up we only saw each other on weekends on purpose because I was in full-time school, full-time job. He had a full-time job. And we're like, hey, that's too stressful to try to see each other all the time. I'm fine with seeing you on the weekends. So
yeah,
we didn't text all the time. We did not talk on the phone a lot. So
yeah,
I don't know if this helps with other people, normal people, but
yeah, we met in college and we saw each other socially through college, and then we're seeing each other more regularly during those weeks, like doing things socially with friends.
We still didn't hang out a ton during the week unless we had to do the same obligations.
Yes, so we kind of already set our boundaries of, hey, we've got our own things going on. Like, I'm going to work on my homework and work on these projects that are going on. I'm going to go in the studio or...
We're veering off, though.
Whatever.
What do we do now?
Well, I was kind of setting the stage of, like, how we started our interactions so that we weren't, like, always on top of each other and then we, like, split. And we're both independent individuals now that we're married or something.
We make the time we do have together count. We cook together now.
And we've been doing that for the last 3 months or so.
For food. And then we try to go on regular dates. Just, it's not like fancy stuff, just like, hey, we're going to Ola together.
Yeah.
And we go on lots of, not as much now that I don't fly, but lots of little vacations. Because that kind of like, when you're not around the studio stuff in your job, you can kind of focus on each other. At least I've noticed that's how Ryan is. He doesn't hyper focus on the other stuff when we're away.
Call it Vacation Ryan.
I call him Vacation Ryan, yes.
Well, also, I imagine Pastor Harmon has kids because they said
that
family.
Makes a huge difference.
And that does make a huge difference. And I was going to kind of like point to Josh a little bit because I noticed Joshua Heim, he's one of our friends, and whenever I talk to him, it was like he works from 9 to 5 or whatever, and then he has time with his family, does dinner, and then after the kids are in bed at like 8 o'clock, 8:30, he goes out into the studio and does his studio stuff. So he like specifically makes the time for family, dinner time, and then, afterwards has his own. And you kind of do the same thing.
It's sort of falling into that a little bit since we've been doing the dinner together.
Yeah. If you have a routine, and I mean, not people don't love scheduling everything, but scheduling helps, especially like with friends. We have a habit of like not seeing some friends for months because our schedules get too crazy. So I have a standing friend date with 2 of my friends once a month. And like other friends, we try we have to schedule out because our schedules are just too insane.
It's not a week of, hey, can we do a game night on Tuesday?
We are
It's
not
like-
spur of the moment people.
It's like, no, we can schedule out 2 or 3 weeks in advance
Mhm.
and schedule a game night that everybody's committed to.
So that
Yeah.
helps with balance.
Yeah. But I try to, I don't know, I feel like I would get to sometimes where I'd be like, hey, we should do a game night. And
Yeah.
I'd have to kind of
Push.
get the idea out there, because otherwise, more when you're flying, that you wouldn't really want to
I saw too many people to see
do
more
that
people.
many social things and
Yeah.
schedule it, because you're like, I got a lot of work that week. I don't know that I'm going to want to do a game night on my free night.
Yeah.
I kind of saw a little bit of that scheduling, like you were talking about, Becca, when I was at Trevor's, because,
Mm.
you know, they have a daughter, and, you know, he was a morning person. He'd get up at, whatever, 6 a.m., you know, do the breakfast with the family and get her off to school and get time in the studio 9 to 5, and then get her from, like, pick her up from school, and then do the dinner together with the wife, and
Yeah.
after bed,
feel
spend
like-
as much time as he needs to in the studio, you know?
With kids, you have to be a morning person or force it, because that's usually when you're going to get extra time to maybe do something, or at night after they're in bed. Like my brother, he loves to work out. He has to go at like 5 a.m. before they go to school.
This is
To
why
get
we've
his time
chosen
in.
not to have children.
Yes, exactly. But if that's your life choice, get up early or stay up late.
But those people also probably go to sleep at like 9 p.m.
True.
So
Yeah.
I always think that seems crazy, because I'm like, you're leaving time on the table. But when you get up at 5, I mean, you don't really have,
Mhm.
you're not really leaving time on the table.
No.
No.
You just get so used to it.
I had a coworker when I worked at Gravesco, and she was the youngest one of all of us, and she was the most responsible by far. She would get up at 6 a.m., go walk the dogs, like do her stuff, and then come to work, and then go home, and she would be asleep by like 8:30, 9 o'clock. And I was like, and everybody was like, "Where are you from?" Like, she would bring like leftover dinner lunches every single day, and we're like, how are you this prepared, like this put together?
Mm-hmm.
That's Cora
Crazy.
Michael for sure.
Yeah.
They get up at 5 a.m. She does yoga. He goes works out.
Oh, he works
and-
out?
Yeah, he runs.
Oh, okay.
And then they like cook dinner at like 5:36. He goes to bed at like 7 or 8. I don't even know. It's
Oh my
super
gosh.
early. It's very
Wow.
early. But yeah, they're like always been early. Well, I would take that back. I don't think Cora hated when I was
You
was
say,
her
wouldn't
roommate
she?
and I would talk too much in the morning, but she's gotten used to early mornings now.
I think that like if you have a family, you just have to choose a time, either the
Mhm.
morning or the evening, you know,
Yeah.
like to make that your studio time.
Doesn't
that's-
Isaac do that in the mornings?
Yeah, he does it in the morning. So Isaac gets up at like 6 o'clock and then makes stuff until like noon, I think.
When does Javi
And-
get up? Or does
Javi gets
Karina
up.
get her?
I think that they both help with Javi, but I think that she gets him to preschool and
Okay.
or kindergarten or whatever he's in now. But
Gets him up, gets him out, gets him fed.
well, he goes up and has breakfast with him
Oh,
in
okay.
the mornings, and it's like at 7 or something. I know this because he woke me up to have breakfast with him at 7.
Javi did?
No,
Isaac did.
Well, I'm probably woke myself up, but he was like, "Dude, what are you not like? What are you doing? It's so late out. Like it's
Late out?
7:15. How can you sleep in that long, dude?" I'm like, bro.
Like, bro, I just went to bed at like 1. Shut up.
5.
Yeah, but he's a more of a morning person, so that's when he does his most of the time, like all of his work stuff, and then they're pretty. From what I could tell when I was there, they're pretty good about like cutting it off at like 6:30, and having family time, dinner, family time,
Yeah.
and then just chilling for the rest of the
I
night.
feel like most people can be morning or night people. Like, can be both. I don't feel like people are either a morning person or a night person. I feel like you could be a morning person if you don't.
I mean, some of it's you have to. If you have kids, you have to be a morning person.
I feel like it's just habit.
It's not
like
true,
what you-
actually.
You don't think so?
You don't have to be a morning person. You just have to train your children not to mess with you in the morning.
No, I'm talking
No,
about school.
I just meant
Oh,
personality.
that.
Like you could be functional in the morning
Yeah.
You have
if
to
you
train it.
wanted to.
Yeah.
But people also don't need to, if you don't have to, you're not lazy if you're a night person. Your productivity is at a different time.
I think you just shift your
Unless you're like me.
when you
I
want to
stop
do.
working at like 8 p.m. and then I start working at like 2. Like 2 to 8. That's my prime time.
2 p.m. and 8 p.m.
Yeah. 2 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Yeah. What about the shows and stuff? Like, do you feel like that takes time? You've mentioned it before of like, okay, the shows takes our weekends, but how has that shifted over time?
And
what
I used to have to go to every single show, and now I go to the ones he says I need your help or I'd really like you to go. Usually the big 2-day, 3-day shows. So that helps. I don't feel like, because our busy seasons used to be at the same time, flying in the summer and home with shows. So it was really stressful, but it's not really as big of a deal now. But I do like that I don't go to all the shows. That helps me not get.
I think you help with about, I don't know, like 6 or so shows a year now.
Yeah.
Something like that. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
About 6 of the 15 or 20 that I do. And mostly that's like you're helping me either get set up and like reduce the load and the stress of being like but also like not being wore down from setup as well, so I can like be on for talking to people, because you don't normally talk to people that much.
Items.
Yeah.
But it's like keeps the system going of wrapping and handing off, and the sales are better because of it. Otherwise, I would probably be really drained every day from that. Yeah. I don't think there's anything else with that question. Studio time.
Well, it's kind of unfair to Pastor Harmon because none of us have children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we do have like very different lives than most people.
Yeah.
I include myself in that.
We have family to see. There are children in the mix to see and to prioritize.
Right.
Well, our problem is not necessarily a problem. It's just something we have to navigate. Is all of our families out of town?
Yeah.
But they're close enough that we can see them semi-frequently. So you basically have to take a whole weekend or just drive a lot in one day and only see them. So usually we take the weekend.
I mean, compared to other people's families that are way spread out, we
see them a lot.
Both of our parents and immediate families living mostly in Louisville.
Yeah.
We can double dip a lot of the family time.
Mm-hmm.
But then we've got to balance out. Are we seeing them semi-equally? And then, when do we prioritize, or we have to prioritize making sure we hit the nieces and nephews' birthdays, which are always certain parts of the year and certain weekends. And then you've got to fit that in and make sure that you communicate with them about, hey, can you just commit to a date and time? I know we don't have kids, but we still have a lot of commitments that we need to get on our calendar and like manage. So some of that gets kind of frustrating with, hey, we're a month out. Can you just commit to something so we have it on our calendar so we can show up?
Here's a question. What happens if, like, let's say you've applied for a show and something comes up, like an important birthday or an important event in the family, and it's the same day as a show? How do you guys usually handle that?
We split. I go to the birthday, he'll do the show.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know that there's really been a show that I like had to have you at that
there's been
you
a couple
going
times
to a
recently.
birthday instead.
Why'd you not go to
really
Ava's?
limited me.
Why were you? There was some reason you didn't go to Ava's.
When was Ava's?
A few months ago.
I mean, I probably had a show, but it wasn't like a 2-day show that I.
But it was. That does happen. Or there's been times we have a niece and nephew that have similar birthday weeks. So he's gone to one, I've gone to the other.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a show on the same day as one, so.
There's also times I'll just go to Louisville on my own to see my family.
Yeah, she can
Richmond's
go.
his.
She can go during the week, or we could both go during the week if we want. We
But
can
yeah.
go on a Thursday, and I can work from my parents' house or their house.
That's
and
the other
be
thing
there
is
for a Thursday,
we
Friday,
have
Saturday.
flexible jobs, so
Yeah.
we don't have normal schedules. We can kind of do what we want.
Pastor Harmon has a flexible job.
Yeah.
Just not Sundays.
Just not on Sundays. That is a tricky question, right? Like, how do you do shows when you're a pastor? Like, how would
Have
you
someone to do it for you.
Yeah, you'd have to have somebody do it. And, like, I imagine that not anybody in your family, like, you'd have to.
And then what happens if are you able to sell at a show all day and not be drained and then sell and then preach on Sunday?
And
Depends
preach on
on
Sunday, right?
personality.
Yeah, it definitely depends, right?
Also,
You're going to severely limit what options you can do if you can't
there's also
do
Saturday
shows.
masses, so they can switch around. I don't know about.
Well, it's mass. I don't.
I'm thinking
That's
of Catholic.
Catholic stuff. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't.
Service
I'm-
on Saturday or.
I'm
I mean,
gonna go
technically,
with.
there's services every day.
Yeah, but I would say, I mean, we're gonna
Pretty
assume
good bet
it's
that it's a
Sunday.
Sunday.
We're gonna assume we have 2 to 3 Sunday services and maybe a Wednesday night service. Okay, that's what we're assuming. Not that I've been in the church my entire life. But
I don't
yeah,
know, maybe they have help, so they don't have to.
you know what,
be
Pastor
mean.
Harmon, you should start selling to your church because I'll bet you they'll buy that stuff all up.
I'm gonna have to take a weekend off because I'm selling my pottery.
He should do an empty bowls thing
at church.
Yeah.
That would be fun. You should do
Fundraiser
it
for the homeless, but also people.
It's not really for the homeless, but
you know what I did though? You know what I did? I didn't do empty bowls, but I did when I used to go to church in Washington. We did the chili bowl, and I made
just
bowls.
Gave people chili bowl haircuts.
Yeah, I made bowls, and people at the church made chili, and they bought the bowl for however much money, and then the youth group got the proceeds to go on a mission trip.
Sweet.
The chili bowl.
I used to have a chili bowl. You ever see pictures of me in a chili bowl?
No, I've just seen the buzz cut.
I'm due for a haircut.
No.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Andrew wrote me and was saying, I'm bringing my clippers to NCECA. I was like, dude, I'm not waiting that long.
For what?
Haircut.
Because you need a haircut. Grow it out.
Yeah, but I think that I'm sure, honestly, seriously though, I'm sure you could find if you wanted to do a show on the weekends, because not only do you, I mean, as a specifically as a pastor, not only do you have like a regular job, probably your job is not like. Your job is Sunday through Thursday typically instead of Monday through Friday, because you're working on Sunday, so you just work the rest of the week. I don't know how everybody else does it.
I would assume it's probably one of those where it's a everyday job, somewhat.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, they still have to have boundaries too. But like, I mean, you could probably get a kid from the church or whatever to do your shows for you. What kid doesn't want to skip church on a Sunday? Like,
you want a kid selling your pottery?
No, but like a high schooler, like have a high schooler or like a college student sell your stuff on like a Sunday and you do it on Saturday or something. Because Sundays are always slower shows anyway. But
yeah, depending on the weather, I guess.
But still, that's if you want to do shows, obviously. But
yeah,
I think
I'm looking him up on
Instagram.
Really I figure Oh, I've talked with him a few times, I think. Well, obviously he wrote me on Instagram, so I did.
Obviously. Now I have to go.
It's more sculptural stuff.
Ooh. Pastor Harmon.
A baby Groot.
Baby Groot.
Oh, Groot.
And
Turtle.
Oh.
Turtle.
Follow back.
I like turtles.
Oh, Groot. Oh, that turtle is really cute.
Those
Oh my god,
doggies.
it's a turtle spoon rest.
Mm-hmm.
How freaking adorable.
That's pretty cute.
It looks like
That is
Autumn.
very cute.
Autumn is a turtle.
No, it just says she's like on her belly or on her back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. And then yeah, I don't know. I think it's just setting the boundaries, I guess, with your immediate folks that need. I don't know. I wonder if people have to explain it to their kids more about the whole boundaries of, hey, I'm at home, but I'm not I'm working, you know?
I mean, just being able to communicate anytime. There's been some times where you get too focused. I'm like, pull back.
Yeah.
Let's focus on something else right now. Like house stuff. Not good at getting him to do house stuff.
Yeah.
That's not a priority.
That falls down on my priority list.
So I have to be like, hey.
Because I'm like, this house is not going anywhere. Like, what's the rush?
This
And
house isn't going anywhere, but I am.
What's that?
I said, this house isn't going anywhere, but I am.
Yeah, so it's kind of that's a scheduling thing too. We'll just have, obviously a lot of that stuff is season dependent. So getting time to actually dedicate to yard work and how do we break up the things around the house? Like, I don't do certain things, you do certain things.
Very good description right there. Yes. You do things, I do things. Yes.
So the outdoor work, mostly Rachel does that. And then I usually help with handy kind of things that need that attention.
I'm not as handy at. I do most of the housework and the outside work because he has 2 jobs and I don't. So that's the balance. It's the unintentionally sexist balance, but it works for us.
It works for you because you guys planned it that way.
Yes. Not because I'm a woman.
Because you guys are a team.
Yes.
Even though he still makes you guys drive equally.
Hey, we're an equal opportunity driving employer over here.
No. I could renegotiate
Why not?
that one.
Why not? You love to drive, Becca.
I love to drive. I'm just saying Rachel hates to drive.
If you got into a serious relationship, would you be confident in saying, okay, you drive? No, you would be the one driving, right?
Yeah. Right. So why are you making us be equal?
Like, if they wanted to drive, would you let them drive or no? If they wanted to treat you and drive for you, would you let them, or would you be like, no, I'm driving?
No, I'd let him drive.
But we're trying to say in other scenarios,
would you let your wife not drive?
No.
It depends on the trip.
If we're downtown, he knows it's not going to happen. I will literally get out of the driver's side with it's still on and walk away.
And walk away.
Be like, I'm not parking. I'm not driving down here.
No, we haven't had that situation come up necessarily.
This lady got mad at me today about something like that. She wanted to parallel park. I was like, you didn't warn me in time. Now I can't back up. Move along.
Oh, she stopped.
She stopped
and you were already partially.
And I was already too close, and everyone else was behind me. And she kept waving her hands in the window, and I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do, lady.
Yeah,
I can't.
Everybody back up.
Yeah. Like, you need to move on.
I have a funny story at the show that we were at this last week. I don't know if you heard this, Ryan, but there was this lady that just kept honking. Like, she was on her horn, and it was before the show even started. And
over by you?
Yeah, over by me.
Okay,
and
no, I didn't
she
hear.
laid on her horn because there was a guy. She was it was at her house, and she was in the driveway, and the guy parked behind her driveway.
Oh,
and so,
like a vendor that was trying to offload?
Or something, yeah. And so he ran over to his truck, and she's literally laying on the horn nonstop. And he runs over to his truck, and he waves at her, and he's like, I'm gonna move. And she keeps honking. Sure. She kept honking.
So he was showing urgency, hey, yeah. I'm on it.
Right, like even as he was moving, and then she waved at us while we're all laughing at her. It was the most awkward, horrible moment.
You're like, you were just entertainment for us, lady.
Yeah. Ugh.
Wow.
I feel like we should end this with a funner question.
Like one of the random questions?
Yeah, soda or pop? What do you say?
Coke.
I say Coke.
Good fucking Lord. What?
Generic. It's
I'm
generic.
sorry. I'm sorry, Pastor Harmon.
If I had to say one or the other, I would probably say soda.
Soda?
Still neither. Coke.
So do
All
you
the
say
way.
like, can I have a
Soda.
Coke, a Sprite?
Yeah.
You say Coke.
That's like, I want a Coke. It means I want a soda. I'll
Yeah,
never say pop.
But obviously you have to ask for a specific thing if you're.
Yeah, like if you
Sure.
want a Sprite, what do you say?
But if
I want a Sprite.
say I want a Sprite, but if I
Okay.
like came to my parents' house and I said, "Do you have any Coke in the house?"
They'd know that's soda.
They would know that means soda.
Oh, just generally.
And then I
Mhm.
generally wouldn't have to ask that because that's a dumb question because they always have soda in the house.
That's
So-
true.
You just say, "Yeah, do you have any like Coke or water or something?"
Yeah. I say pop. Pop.
Yeah.
Pap.
Does your parents say pop? Is that a
Mhm.
Colorado?
No, it's not a Colorado thing. I think it's a. I got made fun of all through growing up about the way I talk. I think it's a North Dakota thing. North Dakota, Montana.
I mean, a lot of people in Cincinnati say pop, but then people in Kentucky say Coke.
Yeah.
Mid-East? Is that a Mid-East thing?
No, it's a mid-east to west thing actually.
I think if you look at the map, it's very scattered on who says what. Yeah.
Isn't Chicago they call it pop?
No, you're saying no, it's not scattered.
No, it's not.
Okay, can you explain, Miss? I know I'm an expert on soda pop.
Well, I've seen the map.
Where'd you get your soda pop degree?
Soda pop or Coke. I'm
Okay,
looking at a map.
What's the?
I feel like
Okay.
the fewest people probably say Coke.
Oh, sure.
I think you're actually incorrect.
You think the fewest people don't say Coke?
Okay, here's how it works. Soda. North, east, southwest. Okay, so California and Maine are all soda. Okay, and then north is
She's looking at
pop.
this map here.
Oh,
North is pop, and then south is Coke.
I thought Northeast was pop too.
No.
No, it looks like that's soda.
Interesting.
Mm-mm.
But I am right on the north.
Oh, but look at this. Look at this very small section right in Indiana.
Yeah, what's up with
Florida.
Indiana saying soda?
Is that Indiana? Wait, where's Indiana? Is that
Looks like
Indiana?
That's not Indiana.
Missouri.
That's
That's
Illinois.
Illinois and Missouri.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll have to
Little
ask Isaac what he says.
I think he says
Hawaii
pop.
is
I don't know actually.
So if you want to feel like you're going to a foreign country, just go to like Alaska and say Coke, and they'd be like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Pretty much. Pretty much. They'd hand you a Coke.
I mean, I wouldn't feel bad because I like Coke. So
Me too.
what's
Me
the
too.
worst? They mistake it and they give you a Coke. I mean, who cares?
Right?
I like how some of these are other, like just straight other in these random cities.
Did you see this really small section of Nevada that has Coke?
What are they saying? Can I have a carbonated beverage, please?
This
No
one
This says no data.
no data. This one county.
That's where Area 51 is.
Maybe.
Oh,
Salt Lake City. Pop versus soda.
Aliens
hilarious.
don't have one. They don't have soda or pop.
What are you doing? Stop it.
All right, I feel like we got to do another one of these random ones.
Okay. Lloyd. Do not eat those. Go.
Rachel, do you want to pick one of these?
Yeah, I'm looking.
Lloyd's trying to eat some
there's a
earrings.
question that's like adjacent. Oh, that last question, by the way, was from Green Cabin Pottery.
Oh yeah.
So
I don't know if you've talked about this before, but
If they're
about
not
ketchup.
checked, we have not.
No, I meant about ketchup. Ketchup or mustard on your hot dog?
We know Becca loves a carrot dog, so just kidding. She will throw that in the fucking trash.
In the trash. I'm a ketchup.
Especially if it's got mustard on it.
Ketchup all the way. I don't like mustard on anything.
Me either.
Ketchup.
No, I was talking about ketchup. Someone told us that that's a child's. That's only what children eat. Adults eat ketchup. I'm like, who says this? Why? Why is it only?
Yeah, that's
children?
BS. I don't.
I forgot if it was a hot dog or something else. Like that's for children.
Yeah,
like,
somebody said if you put
right.
ketchup on your hot dog, if you're an adult, you put mustard on your hot dog. I'm like,
well, no.
Who's making these
Apparently,
rules? Because
I'm not
ketchup
an
is
adult.
delicious.
I wonder if, like, okay, so Green Cabin Pottery, she's from Canada. So I wonder if
Canada.
My home in something land.
Native land.
Native land. I wonder if Canadians put ketchup or mustard on their hot dogs because they have ketchup on their potato chips.
Really?
Well, they have ketchup
just
chips.
Do relish or something. I don't know.
Relish on your potato chips?
No, I can't. Hot dog.
Okay. What do you say, chips or fries? This is another Green Cabin Pottery. We like your questions.
I mean,
hold up. Who in America says chips?
Well, she's
let's
from
go to
Canada.
Google, shall we?
So,
she's from Canada. Okay.
Yeah, so we say fries.
Unless it's fish and chips.
Unless it's fish and chips. But then it's still fries.
Right. But she's saying chips are fries in other countries.
Fries. Yeah. Definitely fries. My adjacent question to that was, what is your favorite potato side?
Ooh.
Like in what form? Like tater tots, you got fries, you got Saratoga chips, you got mashed potatoes.
Salad.
Is mashed potatoes like a fair side? Yeah, I guess so.
It's a dinner
what about smashed potatoes? You got
baked potato.
Home fries, baked potato.
So many potatoes.
Becca looks like her head's gonna explode.
I love tater tots.
Mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes.
I knew you'd say that.
I love mashed potatoes. Like
3 sticks of butter.
3.
Girl, you effed me up after Thanksgiving. There's so much butter.
No, okay, there was not 3 sticks of butter in the mashed potatoes. There's 3 sticks of butter.
No, she said stuffing. She meant to say stuffing. Sorry.
Yeah, there's 3 sticks of butter in the stuffing. There's 1.5 sticks of butter in the mashed potatoes.
So much butter.
And also the stuffing, the butter was completely ghee at that point. There was no dairy in that.
Well, it was a combination of things.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find a list here, but
okay, what is your dip of choice for fries?
We didn't say our other ones. Rachel, what was yours?
Tater tots.
Tater tots. Mine's probably. I really like shoestring fries.
Yum.
Shoestring fries with a little bit of seasoning, like Cajun seasoning on it.
Parmesan.
Slap your mama. Slap your mama on fries.
I haven't had slap your mama, but
we have some.
We have that for the shrimp oil that somebody sent us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not. I don't think it's the same as the regular seasoning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got that Uncle Chris's though.
What is your choice of dipping sauce for fries?
Ketchup.
Are they just standard fries?
They're just
standard salted fries?
Yeah.
Definitely ketchup. I mean, I could go with like a spicy mayo. That would be really good too. Like a spicy aioli.
I used to really be into Steak and Shake cheese fries, so it's the shoestring fries and cheese. But that's a treat. Standard ketchup.
Sounds like a
standard for me is ranch.
Ranch?
That'd be good.
Are there better ranches than others?
Oh,
side ranches? Like
where
are you
better
getting
ranches than others? Of course, there's better ranches than others.
Okay. I mean, obviously, there's probably places that you would not get ranches aside for fries because it's not good.
Yes, that's true. Like Wingstop, their ranch is the shit. It is so good. I would buy their ranch in pints.
You know who has really good ranch that you wouldn't think of? Frisch's Big Boy. Salad bar ranch.
I would
they have
believe
to have
that.
something that's a winner.
Great ranch. Rachel shitting on Frisch's Big Boy.
Mediocre at best.
I mean, it's cheap. It's basically sit-down fast food. But
I've never been there. Can we go there one time?
Yes, we can.
Okay, me and Ryan will go. You can stay behind.
We should do it. I mean, we could basically almost walk there, but
yeah, we could walk. You can walk. I'll run.
I'll give you a head start. I'll drop you at the end of the street, and then
okay.
you can walk, and I'll catch up.
When we were back at Deech's house, we measured our steps, and mine are the same as Deidre's, which was we went from the living room to the door, and mine was it 16?
Yeah.
Oh, 16, yeah.
And yours was 13.
Hey, you got a longer
Deech Shuffles.
got a longer gait than you. I don't know.
And I'm Shuffles 2.0.
Yeah.
You're Shuffles McGee.
Shuffles McGee.
Dipping sauce. Did you say your dipping sauce? Just ketchup.
Ketchup. You guys are boring.
I love the
I'm
thinking
if
you
I
gotta
have to have something in a pinch, it's ketchup. But if I'm at home, I put like truffle oil on everything.
If I'm at home,
eggs, yes, rice, pasta.
If I'm at home, I do a pepper garlic aioli, like a pepper garlic mayonnaise.
Fancy.
Is that just right out of a bottle, or you're mixing it?
I make it. I just do pepper and garlic with mayonnaise.
Pepper and garlic with mayonnaise.
But
so that's all aioli is, just straight mayonnaise. There's nothing.
Real aioli is just oil, but yeah.
Aiolis are so good.
Mm-hmm.
But Rachel normally gets, if we're talking side dishes, she's normally a onion ring.
Mm-hmm.
If it's the right place, ketchup with the onion rings.
Or like a spicy mayo.
Oh, do you know who also has good ranch? Red Robin.
I can see that.
They have the good, not ranch. It's like a seasoned Cajun.
Cowboy sauce.
Yeah, that's not ranch though, right? That's like a more like a
it's like
mayonnaise.
Barbecue sauce with ranch.
Ooh. You know what I'm going to say that I eat my ketchup with that people are probably going to hate me?
I'm ready.
Fried shrimp.
Oh, I wasn't expecting. I thought you meant your eggs.
Or sausage.
Oh yeah, your
breakfast sausage.
Fried shrimp, I can see that's fried.
I do breakfast sausage with ketchup and eggs with ketchup.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. What about patties or links?
I like links because they don't get as dry. And you can put them in a pancake like a taco.
So you have a pancake taco.
That's
what else
important.
do you put in there though? Do you put eggs in the pancake?
No, just sausage and pancake. Delicious.
That sounds like the didn't they have little dunker things back in the day? I don't know if that's like a McDonald's dunker like muffin.
French toast sticks.
French toast sticks.
Oh, French toast or pancakes?
French toast all the way.
We just had that last night for dinner.
Pancakes for me.
Pancakes or waffles?
I do not see the difference.
One's crunchy.
You wouldn't choose one over the other? You would just, they're the exact same?
Pancakes.
Bullshit.
I like both and you like neither, so I don't want to.
You always eat waffles.
That's because we have a waffle iron.
I think that I would choose pancakes at a restaurant over waffles.
There's more good fillings that go on pancakes.
Yeah, but I don't eat pancakes very often. So.
I don't ever.
I don't usually
really
because he doesn't.
Either.
But
I feel like it's just a heavy breakfast. You just have the bread and the
It's just a bread breakfast. I don't like bread breakfasts.
Yeah,
Ryan tried to make eggs out of the remaining French toast dip. It was fried milk. There was like no egg left. I was like, you throw those bad boys away.
Yeah.
Gross.
That's disgusting.
French toast all the way We were on a trip to Milwaukee and Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
and it was with the family and my grandpa, and he
Mhm.
had French toast for the first time.
And he loved it, right?
He did.
He
He got
did,
it
yeah.
again.
He got it again at the Bob Evans up the street when we got home.
This is a
Before
man who
they went
always
home.
gets a Southwestern omelet. Always.
Yes. Yep.
And forever.
He's very stuck, and he doesn't like other cuisine besides like American. So
But also, my mom says that, but I don't know if it's because he just hasn't tried it. Would he
I think
say that he doesn't like it, or would he honestly eat anything?
if she asked him, he'd be like, no. But he wants to be polite when we ask him to eat something, so he tries it.
How old is your grandpa?
Like 86.
Is he that old?
Yeah.
Like, he's at least mid-80s, yeah.
You're like, is he that old? My uncle is 83.
Dang.
Like,
I guess he probably is.
Yeah, he's 80s. So is my grandpa.
I think 29 was when he was born. Maybe.
He also had his children young.
Mm-hmm.
fair. Yeah.
Yeah, try new things when you're 80s.
Yeah. You only got one life to live.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, do we have anything else to talk about?
I don't think so.
We should probably just make this a short episode.
We were supposed to record short on Sunday, and we went 2 hours, so I feel like this was kind of due.
Yeah.
Told you you'd stick for the whole thing.
I didn't realize.
Yep. Here we are.
Well, I mean, we didn't have any other topics over here, so I mean,
That's true.
I figure you probably would.
That is true. Okay.
This is
well,
true.
P.S. Got into that Seattle show that I put in really bad photos for.
Nice.
Really?
Get it.
Nice.
A
You didn't
Seattle
get
design
waitlisted or
show.
anything, right? You just got straight in.
Got straight in.
Wow.
I didn't put myself as two mediums because I think that at the time, I have an issue with being really way too literal.
Two mediums. What do you mean two mediums?
So like they ask what medium you are, like ceramics, art, like
Jewelry.
you know, painting, jewelry.
Gotcha.
And I was like, well, I'm ceramics, but I'm also jewelry, but it's ceramic jewelry, so I'm actually ceramics. And so I put ceramics, and then I put in my little description, I also have jewelry, but it's ceramic, so it's 50-50. And then I got accepted, and then on the accepted thingy it was like, nobody can sell jewelry unless they said they were mixed medium. And I was like, oh shit. So I emailed her and she said it was fine, but in the future I should put both mediums.
Mixed medium. So they had a multi-category that you could pick both of them if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
So, but that should be good. It's $300 for the booth, but
You said it's indoor though, and it's in February.
It's indoor.
Right?
It's 2 days, and I think it's going to be higher priced stuff. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely have to limit the jewelry because I feel like there's so many jewelers they can't just have anybody selling jewelry. Kind of why they say you have to sell within what you applied with. But your photos didn't include jewelry, right?
No, they did.
Oh, they did.
They definitely did. So.
Okay. Yeah, that would be weird if you just had pots in your photos and you brought.
No.
How did you photograph those then? Did you just have them on the stand and just took a photograph of the whole thing?
No. I had like good photos of the jewelry. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I had a photo of my booth and it had jewelry and ceramics. So.
Oh, okay. Nice. Congrats. You got in.
Thanks.
Now you got a date on the calendar. You know when you gotta do it and all that. Do you have to make any stock for it, or are you gonna be set by the end of the year?
Well, we'll see after this week.
Okay. Yeah.
But I probably won't make any more shitty cups. I'll just make fancy cups, I think, for it. So.
See how the fancy fup date goes.
Yeah, I'm making more fancy cups anyway, but yeah.
Nice.
Because I need them for ClayCon.
I get to.
I mean, yeah. Unless
I keep asking when do I get
Deech
to?
is gonna gift you one or something.
I don't think so. We're not giving gifts. We traded names.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, I finally get to pick one.
We'll talk after we turn off the recording.
Because she's going to let you pick one before they go live, probably.
No, I have a proposition.
Oh.
Kind of.
To be fair.
To be fair. To be fair.
Oh, wait, I heard somebody say that the other day, and I replied with, to be fair. And then they were like, where's that from? Where's that from? I'm like, I don't know. My friend always says it, and I don't really know where. And then they were like, it's from
Letterkenny. To be fair. To be fair. Anyway, okay. Bye.
Bye.